February 29th, Friday.
Aren't there fewer people than last time?
There's still more than 30 minutes left until the concert begins. I'm sure all the seats will be filled by then.
Are you sure? But last time it was a bit more... how should I put it?
It's the silence rather than the number of people, isn't it? I feel like the audience is quieter than last time.
In other words, the casual fans who jumped on the Kazusa bandwagon are gone, and the only ones left are the true classical music fans.
And the media coverage too. Last time there was lots of people who clearly don't usually care for concerts.
So, that means we can finally relax and listen to Toma's piano in peace this time. We weren't even close to relaxed last time.
Just because we can listen to her a bit more relaxed doesn't mean that I can tell the difference. And besides, I don't think things will be quite as peaceful this time either.
I wonder if Haruki's here.
I don't think Setsuna is here either.
You haven't been able to contact her either, huh?
She did answer me once, but she was only willing to tell me that she would be unable to meet or talk throughout the rest of February.
Damn it. Haruki told me the exact same thing, more or less.
What's gotten into the both of them? What in the world are they even up to?
I really don't want to believe it, but maybe they're really...
Still, she's no longer the Toma-san we know as a student of the same grade now, you know? She's not someone either of us could just casually meet up with. Excuse me. This is seat number 32 of the W section, right?
Yeah, this should be the one. Huh? Are you saying that there's been a mistake with our seats?
Hang on. I ended up sitting here before making sure because you said we were supposed to sit here. Do you two happen to be Izuka Takia-san and Miyazawa Io-san?
And you are... Miss?
If I may, could you two please follow me backstage? Kazusa insists that she has to meet with the two of you no matter what. Forget barely making it on time. You're 30 minutes late. And of all the things you choose to tell your producer, you chose that? I don't care what you say. In any case, I won't have you sitting alone out there today. Of course, I won't allow you to remain backstage either. Are you that unsure? Is it because you've not practiced that final song? If you have to listen to me playing no matter what, at least take some boyfriend along with you. I'll prepare 2 seats for you. Since when did I have such an understanding daughter? And here you used to dislike any man I got with, no matter who it was. I didn't dislike anyone until the second person. Wait, hang on. I'm telling you that you need to have an escort if you want to listen to my piano. I don't care how attractive he is or how well he'll get along with me. I just want him to at least be a skilled doctor. I'll be fine if it's only going to be for around 2 hours. I'm just kidding. I knew you'd say something like that. So, I've already called Takayanagi-sensei over. You two get along now and watch me from the second floor. Your seats also happen to be near the exit. Quite the feisty daughter you are. It can't be helped. After all, today's concert might end up shaving a few years off your life. My, are you that lacking in confidence? Do you intend to put up a show so horrendous that it'll make me collapse with anemia? Quite the opposite. I imagine you'll be collapsing over your escalating blood pressure. Or when you're reminded of how old you've become when you realize your daughter surpassed you. Quite confident now, aren't we? I suppose. Yeah, I am. Kazusa? Sorry, Mum. From this day forth, whenever people talk about the pianist Toma, it will no longer be in reference to Yoko, but to Kazusa. If you're saying you intend to make me listen to the best performance you can give, I'll have no regrets about kicking the bucket right then and there. I wouldn't want that, so please take care of yourself. After all, you...
Kazusa-san, I brought them here with me.
Thank you, Miyoko-san. Come on, bring them in. Let's continue this conversation later. Sorry, Mom, but could you give me a moment? You called someone here? Yeah. Friends. Are you okay?
I'm fine. There's no helping it given the way things are now. The guitar strings exact their merciless revenge on my long idle fingers for producing such poor music with them. The pain of the exposed nerves caused by a newly shed layer of skin before the previous can dry off is unimaginable. And it's a sensation I haven't experienced in a long time.
Should I put on a band-aid?
No, please don't. It'll only mess with my sense of touch.
Then let's take a deep breath, shall we? Let's calm down and start again from the top.
Oh, alright. Setsuna isn't spoiling me beyond worrying about me. After all, she knows full well that this isn't the time for that. We had 24 hours to practice 5 years ago. But this time, it was already 2:30 p.m. by the time Kazusa finished writing out the score and set out to attend her concert. We only had 7.5 hours until 10 p.m. from there. That meant that we had less than a third of the time we had compared to before to work as quickly as we could.
Are you ready?
Just give me a little longer. Even so, I'm going to be playing a song that's going to be recorded on a CD that will be for sale, even if it's only a bonus song. Like this? No, a bit faster. This might work for a professional, but to me, who's likely not much better than an amateur, it's torture. This just won't do. I'm sorry, just wait for me a little longer.
Calm down. Then concentrate from there, alright?
I am, but...
I understand. It's almost time for her performance after all.
The way I nonchalantly glanced at the time did not go unnoticed by Setsuna. It's 6:59 p.m. There's only a minute before the concert begins.
I understand how you feel, but you won't be getting anywhere if you don't forget about it and concentrate on playing, you know?
Damn it, I know there's no time left, but the guitar track is just so difficult. I begrudgingly strummed the guitar strings in response to Setsuna's wholly accurate statement.
Kazusa complained about the lyrics, you know. She said that they were formulaic and not rhythmical whatsoever.
Don't be silly. There's a more practical appeal to being formulaic. It'll be 7 o'clock soon.
All right then. Time for us three to play. Let's give Kazusa our support, shall we?
Yeah, I can only believe in her right now. Believe that boundlessly confident expression of hers when she left. Believe that look on her face that told me I'm going to make stuff of legends.
I'll do my best to sing, even if the lyrics aren't rhythmical at all.
And I'll contribute with my extremely tiresome guitar playing. And Kazusa's going to be giving her legendary performance. It's exactly 7 o'clock right now. The concert has begun. Do your best, Kazusa.
Why did I have to be assigned photography work today of all days?
I'm sorry, but you can't get in right now. You'll only be allowed to enter or leave during intermissions.
I see. Which song is being played right now?
It's the second song. It'll be ending soon, so you'll be able to enter immediately afterward.
All right. It seems I managed to make it somehow.
Oh, it seems it just ended. Please, enter. Wow.
What is this? Did I just end up missing it completely?
Hey, Io. Why do you look so spaced out? Did your legs give out or something?
Did you feel the same, Takia?
That's the same Toma we heard last time, right?
What's wrong with me? I'm getting goosebumps all over. It's getting hard to breathe.
So, she really was capable of getting a standing ovation.
Do you think it's because we're amateurs? Do you think we're just getting blown away by something that only sounds impressive to us?
Even if that's the case, her talent is still impressive. Toma is simply amazing today.
Hey, Takia,
What?
we were just talking with her just a short moment ago, right?
Yeah, we were.
President Mizusawa, thank you for coming. I'm really grateful that we get to see each other again like this.
We're friends, aren't we?
Yes, I finally gotten through it without making a mistake. Even though I only succeeded it on the 14th attempt, and even though I wasn't at all thinking about how to express my music, plus, my fingers are just about starting to feel good again.
given that the pain and numbness in them have finally subsided.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Setsuna. I can finally match your singing now. Let's hurry and give it a try, shall we? Setsuna?
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
I wonder what piece she's playing right now.
It's 8:30 right now, so I think she should be at the last,
Let's concentrate, shall we? It was Setsuna who casually glanced at the time this time, and I didn't miss that. Come on. So, you're worried too, huh, Setsuna? After all, she didn't practice that last song whatsoever. Kazusa has spent all her time composing up until 6 hours ago. So she didn't get much practice for the concert. In fact, she didn't play even a single time before she left the studio. It's clear that she's recklessly directed her energy into the wrong place, and that could prove to be a far greater mistake than our lack of preparation.
Oh no! I'm sure that the concert will be a success. This is Kazusa we're talking about after all.
Then,
I'm not worried about what's going to happen today, but what will happen tomorrow? What will happen the day after tomorrow? What will happen next week?
next week?
Kazusa will stay in Japan forever, right? She'll still stay by our side, even after the concert ends and after we've finished recording, right?
However, Setsuna's not worried about Kazusa's lack of practice, but about what she's going to do after all of this is over, even after we've pitted our thoughts against one another, and even after we've piled our hearts together. Setsuna and I both can't bring ourselves to believe in the faith Kazusa has in us until we've reached the very end. After all, Kazusa has yet to give us the last word. She hasn't told us what she's going to do after the end of her concert and after the end of her recording session. She hasn't told us how she's going to face everything from now on. Yoko-san, us, Japan.
Everything will be okay, right? It's going to be fine, right, Haruki-kun? The three of us will always stay together from now on, right?
Let's forget about that for now and sing. As much as I know that I have to tell her that right now, I'm unable to get my lips to spill out those words. We're truly walking on a tightrope right now. But the unease that awaits us once we cross it is even greater. That's why we're harboring the contradictory desire of not wanting to finally get out of this mess of a situation.
Haruki-kun?
After all, each and every one of us understands. The moment the concert ends, and the moment the recording session ends, our festival will end with it. Our hearts, combined into one through the elevation of our passionately blazing emotions, will inevitably spill it into three once more. And we won't be able to guarantee that we'll be capable of becoming one the next time we gather again. No, it's possible that we won't ever be able to return to what we used to be, even if our hearts, scattered like divided fragments, could combine once again. They'd be unable to combine together to become a complete whole like they are now. We don't know how we'll turn out to be, whether we'll end up as a large fragment and a small one, or simply three small fragments gathered together. But should there turn out to be a larger fragment, would the smaller fragment, the
one left alone, be able to stay with the larger one? Would it attempt to bear such a reality? If I can't convey by words what she should sing, I can only weave the words needed with my fingertips. The two of us have to quell our worry, concentrate, and improve ourselves. Standing on equal grounds with Kazusa might be impossible, but we can still convey all our feelings of passion, joy, and love we felt during the festival 5 years ago.
あなたといる時の私なら
Miyako-san, please call for a taxi immediately. I have to get going as soon as the concert ends. Good work! You're finally at the last piece, huh? Even so, this is where things get quite long. I'll have to play up till the fourth movement in one go. Your performance has been perfect up until now. Even the president only gets such amazing responses from the audience once or twice a year. Thank you. Still, if you're going to get such marvelous reception, you'll have to worry about requests for an encore. If that does happen, could you please apologize in my stead? I really don't have any time for that today. Getting ahead of ourselves, aren't we? There's still a possibility that the last piece will end in a complete failure. I thought you'd have been sent to the hospital by now. But you seem a lot stronger than I thought you'd be, Mom. Mio-chan, if you don't mind, keep Nori-kun company, would you? He's waiting in the hallway. Of course! If you'll excuse me then, I'll let the two of you know when the break ends. What do you think? I've yet to put up a performance that's so horrible that you'd collapse with anemia, right? I wouldn't say that you've surpassed me quite yet. Well, I suppose I'll give you credit for your resolve at least. I've made myself cleared. I could have crushed you if we ended up performing together, but I decided against it in consideration of both your reputation and your health. Kazusa! But remember this well. In 2 or 3 years, you intend to return to Vienna after all, huh? Because you're serious about wanting to surpass me? Because you're aiming for even greater heights? Yeah, I want to improve even more. You wish to wow guests of a higher caliber, to be endorsed by fellow performers of a higher level, and to fight against the world forever? I've told you, haven't I? I want to get even better. I want to fulfill my wish when it comes to my career in piano. I see. Yeah, that's right. Good for you. This should secure the stability of the Tomoyoko office for now. Then, I suppose you don't have any choice. Yeah, I... Tomo-san's entered!
Alright then, let's get this recording started. Everyone ready?
I've been ready since forever ago.
Things are okay here too. Ready when you are.
This is our last chance, and we only have 2 hours left. The deadline is near, so we don't have time to go through the sleepless nights like you've done until now, alright?
They'd be the ones more inconvenienced by that.
Well then, we're already set. Then, testing. Whoa.
That... I think she immediately came here from the venue by taxi like that. Apparently, she didn't even have time to change her clothes.
You could put it that way, but she probably just wants to show off her dress to the guy, don't you think?
Wow! What do you think? It's actually quite flashy.
Setsuna had already let out her amazement before I could, so I could only wordlessly stare at the dress she's wearing before me. No matter how I look at it, the person standing in front of me is the beautiful pianist, Toma Kazusa.
You look wonderful! Do you think it suits me, Haruki?
Although the design and how revealing it is different from what she wore back then, it's still black in color, like the last time. And while Kazusa's now reacting in a way that's different from how she did in the past, my response, however, is no different than how I reacted back then.
It's too late now, but do you regret it?
What are you talking about?
That you rejected such a magnificent woman.
What? Hang on, hey! I was doing everything in my power to feign ignorance, so I wish she didn't go out of her way to point it out. Even Setsuna, not knowing whether to laugh or to feel dejected, only responds with a difficult expression. I can't tell if Kazusa's words were meant as a joke or as self-deprecation, but for a mere moment, it froze the atmosphere in the booth.
In any case, we should hurry and get to rehearsing now, right? I would assume that the two of you have practiced enough so that you can perform properly at this point.
Nevertheless, Kazusa continues on with an even more cheerful tone and expression as she rallies us. Though, I can't tell if she's really capable of reading the mood in this case either. She seems to want a certain assignment she's very familiar with to be done and over with immediately. She looks as if she hasn't even considered what this assignment truly means to us, as well as what will become of the three of us once it's finally over. But by the way, Kazusa, how was the concert? She looks as if she doesn't even care about the immense job she just finished either.
I can't really hear you. I really don't want to talk about anything related to that right now.
You...
After all, no matter how much I try to stick to the facts, it'll only end up as a long, embarrassing bragging session. You two should have been there to hear it. The thunderous applause I got, the cheers of the crowd for an encore. Well, I ignored them to hurry back immediately, however.
Then...
Yeah, it was a success. A big success, even. I suppose Japanese audiences aren't bad after all. You did it, Kazusa! Thank goodness! You're truly amazing! Come on, Setsuna. Why are you on the brink of tears? Did you really have such little faith in me?
It's because the way you described it earlier was very misleading, Kazusa.
Kazusa teases Setsuna, who's still on the verge of tearing up, I take the opportunity to quickly turn my face away to hide my expression. I wouldn't want Kazusa to make fun of me as well.
Hey, that was pretty good, no? Well then, we'll record the real deal in a bit.
We did it!
A guitarist who was lambasted for his lack of skill over and over again. A pianist who was forced to play along time after time despite doing nothing wrong. A singer who kept comfortably singing without thinking of anything else. These three people had completely different reactions the moment they got the okay for their rehearsal, as expected.
We'll make it in time, Haruki-kun! We can actually properly record our song! Well, whether this is for the better or worse, will end up on the reception we'll receive, though.
I don't want to hear that from the person who came up with the idea.
So, how do we go from here? It's fine if you guys need a 10-minute break, you know?
Let's just go ahead and record it then. If you're able to sing again immediately, Setsuna, I agree that we should do that. We don't have any more time after all.
That was what I wanted as well. I want this to be over before my fingers end up collapsing.
Alright then, Yamaguchi-san! Let's begin right away!
You got it. I'll get things ready now, so give me a minute.
It's 11:15 p.m. It's been an hour since the three of us started playing together, and there's only 45 minutes left until the established deadline. Compared to our time back during the school festival, where we had only managed to fully coordinate on the morning of the day itself, this battle we've been facing is impossibly hectic.
The time has finally come, huh?
Yeah, the two office workers, hailing from their respective companies, simultaneously let out a sentimental sigh at managing to survive such a hectic battle up until now. They feel a sense of relief and satisfaction at coming this far, as well as the unease over the fact that things aren't over yet, as well as the slightest feeling of loneliness. With this, everything will come to an end. However, the remaining person among us flatly lets out words that suggest the finality that the two of us have been continuing to avoid. May I have some last words? Kazusa? Setsuna casts an accusatory look at Kazusa, because Kazusa has used the words end too many times. I've had loads of fun this week, though I was going through a living hell the previous month. I owe everything that I've been capable of doing up until now to you, Setsuna. Throughout the 1 month I'd spent alone with her, it's because you chose to stay by my side that I've managed to return to the world I used to have, Setsuna. Kazusa had been gradually rotting away in the palm of my hand without anyone even realizing it. You allowed me to get up on my feet when I wanted to give up on everything. You allowed me to reconcile with my piano again. By the time we'd realized that, neither me, Yoko-san, or even Kazusa herself had been able to stop her from wasting away. You've allowed the Japanese audience to bear witness to the real me. That I'm someone who can stand tall again, even after failing at a concert once. The situation was such that Setsuna had been our only hope. She loved Kazusa and was loved by her in return.
You gave me the strength to live on. It's something so meaningful. Something that I'll never be able to pay you back for the rest of my life.
And the person who protected Kazusa while also breaking her apart.
You're wrong! It was Haruki-kun that...
It's alright, Setsuna.
After all, Kazusa, the one who wanted me to save you was... Even so, I'm not grateful to Haruki. After all, if it weren't for him, I wouldn't have had to deal with such painful memories.
Sorry. She says that without a smile and without tears.
That's why I won't ever say I'm grateful to you. I'll hate you, despise you with every ounce of my being, and resent you one-sidedly. I won't see myself ever forgiving you again. But that's...
Kazusa's slightly angry tone is conveying to me that her words and demeanor stem from her heart. But that's fine. Everything's alright now. Kazusa intends to end everything. She intends to truly separate from me this time. I put up a great performance today. I've managed to gain the recognition of everyone in Japan. She intends to separate from me, the person who's abandoned her, and will never be able to love her again. In the end, the piano was inseparable from me. She intends to separate from me, a person who has been incapable of doing anything but spoiling her. That's why everything's alright, Setsuna. I no longer have any lingering regrets about the past. She intends to leave me, the person who's became nothing more than the past to her. I have no lingering regrets. In Japan, either. My concert was a success, so I have almost no reason to obsess about Japan anymore. And when this song is recorded, everything will finally and truly come to an end. Wait! Hang on a second! However, Setsuna's expression is rapidly stiffening as she listens to Kazusa, as if she's realizing the intent behind each and every word.
Don't say stuff like that! Don't say things are about to end! Things between us are still...
Setsuna, who has been optimistically pushing us forward up until now, finally hesitates the most as we arrive at this point. She's refusing to take another step. There's only 30 minutes left. 30 minutes left for the three of us to stay together.
We don't have to be in such a rush! Of course we do. We have to record this within the day, don't we? Still!
She can only desperately resist her emotions, threatening to spill out. Well then, let's do this. Are you two okay?
I can't do it! We're not prepared at all, and we can't do it! Setsuna? No. She's already incapable of resisting them. She can feel it in her bones. She knows that the end of our festival is drawing near. I don't remember the lyrics Haruki-kun made, or the melody you composed, Kazusa.
Setsuna. That's why she's desperately trying to make the festival go on. Even if she has to raise her voice and look ridiculous in front of the others watching us. And even though she knows that it's futile at this point.
This is the last thing I have to say. I want you to listen to me properly.
No!
I don't have any lingering regrets in Japan anymore.
No!
I don't have any strong attachments here either. I have no reason to obsess over this place anymore.
Stop! Stop it!
That's why I don't have a reason to resent this country anymore.
I said stop it!
It was at that moment that I saw it. Beneath Kazusa's lowered head was a mischievous smile.
In other words, there's no reason for me not to stay in this country either. I hope you'll continue to look out for me from now on. I hope you'll continue to look out for me from now on.
And it was then that Setsuna finally realized it as well, though she had already been thoroughly deceived by then.
I intend to stay in Japan. Let me stay here from now on, with my mother, with the both of you.
Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. The concert went well. The trio also have finished their recording. Everything is done. Does this mean they're going to go their separate ways now? Are my theories of a throuple incorrect?